Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with standing Wolves reporter for the day, Mr. George Bennett. No Liam Keane today. And we don't need him, George. We don't need him because Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 4 beautiful goals. Quite incredible. Look, it was a great game of football, I think, from start to finish. And when Chelsea score, they go 1-0 up through Cole Palmer. You fear the worst after having, it's a pretty even game. And then 4 unanswered goals. It was quite stunning. Some of that play was as good as I've seen in a long time, especially away from home.
Definitely, and key to that was the response, the speed of it, and fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 minutes after conceding, straight back in the game, and then that gives them the platform then to kick on and do what they did, and the timing of the goals crucial.
And that's
for half time as well.
Exactly, that's what that was perfect. It was a perfect response because after the disappointing Manchester United going 3-3 so late on, and then losing that, you could have quite easily been deflated when they've competed very well, I think, to start the game, and then gone that goal down. But as you said, George, they've gone back up the other end. João Gomez, I thought he was very good today. It was a big decision. They made 3 changes, one of them being João Gomez for Tommy Doyle, who was unlucky to be on the bench today, but wrote 2 or 3 challenges there, put it off for Cunha. Okay, bit of luck with the deflection, as they did for the second, but as we've said time and time again, you've got to shoot. If you don't shoot, then you're not going to score. And they got a bit of a deflection, and then that gave them the impetus after that little bit of a deflation, straight back on it, and they didn't look back really from then.
No, exactly, and you said there, you've got to have the shots and you've got to make your own luck, and they did, so they deserved that. And I feel like it was an open game, but I feel like they deserved to be ahead at half time, and then in that second half they just ran riot. And
4 goals, but that could have been. I look at Pedro Neto's 2 chances, look at Bellegarde, who was through 1-on-1, there were a couple of others. It was stunning, really. This is a Chelsea side who are worth £500 million that have been spent on them. And Wolves have had, look, Matheus Cunha, club record signing. But you're looking at £40 million these days for what he's delivering. It's looking like a bargain. And we'll come on to him and his analysis in a little bit. But Pedro Neto, now he scored in his last 2 games, but he's been bubbling under. That was for the 70-odd minutes that he was on the pitch for, 60, 70 minutes on the pitch. He tore them a new one, really, he did. He was absolutely magnificent. 2 assists on the day, could have had a couple himself, and that's the Pedro Neto that isn't just Wolves' best player, isn't just Premier League class, that's a world-class showing.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely sensational display. I described him as a live wire, both in my post and in my match report, because he was all across that front line.
The pace.
Tore Chelsea's defence apart, and he was a catalyst, although Cunha might have got the goals, and he was fantastic himself, and his movement was crucial.
Yeah.
He just made things tick up front today, and a really, really impressive performance. It felt like you were watching a special display.
It absolutely was special. Look, at first win since 1979 at Stamford Bridge. It was a pleasure to be here. It was an honour to be here. The second Cunha goal, Wolves' 3rd, just brilliant player, and Cunha arriving late, finishing it was superb, right in front of the fans. And then, of course, the foul on Cunha. Dust himself off. He was a bit disappointed in midweek when Sarabi took the ball off him for the penalty, but that for his hat-trick in front of the fans at Stamford Bridge was magnificent and thoroughly deserved, and a player who's just having a magnificent season after a difficult first 6 months when he was bought in, he was bought in for a lot of money. Wolves were struggling in the table and didn't really get the goals and assists, although helped the team, but he's showing just how good he is here, and he oozed class throughout the day.
He did. Brilliant performance, and a guy that is firing all cylinders at the moment. I've seen there that he's 11th for the campaign now, so in terms of his highest goal scored in a single season is his most now, so he's in the form of his life.
He's in the form of his life. And look, this team were written off. I spoke to Gary Neal afterwards. This team were written off as relegation favourites at the start of the season. They've gone above Chelsea today in the table. Their first time in the top half of the table. You could see Gary Neal at the end. Hey! The fans are into it. The players are into it. There's a real belief there. But this isn't just show pony stuff. There's a real connection here between the fans, the city, and this manager. That, you know, Gary O'Neill needed this gig, and so did Wolves. But Gary O'Neill needed a club like this, and I feel like it's just a fantastic combination. And look, you do not know what's going to go on this season. They keep on showing the doubters to be absolute fools. And look, they're in the top half of the table. They're not getting relegated. They're on 32 points. Who's to say that they can't? I mean, the 10th tonight, they can't finish 7th or 8th, and then you know you're looking having a bit of a sweat for a Europa Conference spot.
Well, I mean, for me, it was such a shrewd appointment. You know, someone that doesn't watch Wolves week in, week out, but you know, keeps up abreast of everything that's going on at the club. I just thought with what he did at Bournemouth last season, taking over under such difficult circumstances, he's coming and done the same at Wolves. The job that they're doing at the moment, they've exceeded expectations, but you know, they're setting a standard now with performances like tonight and performances that they produced against big teams in this league.
They're setting the standard, George. You're setting the standard because unfortunately we were missing someone today who's skiing, but every time he misses a game, Wolves do the business, and they've done the business in style today. You see, you know what's coming, I know what's coming, Keano knows what's coming, George doesn't know what's coming. Chelsea 2, Wolves 4. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to Express and Star.